Best Bet Live, Hand of the Week.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dustin Shacklock here for Best Bet Live, coming your way with another edition of Hand of the Week. This one from a recent 2-5 no-limit deep stack cash game. Everyone in the hand pretty deep. This hand kind of plays itself, but it is kind of a wild one, so buckle up. This hand starts with a straddle under the gun. We get a fold out of CC, and then Josh is going to open it up to 35 with ace deuce of diamonds. Totally fine. As you can see, Josh is super deep, over 2,400 in his stack. Ted's going to make the call out of the button with the jack 10 of diamonds. Totally fine. Also very deep. Shane coming along with the king queen offsuit from the big. This is going to give Tommy a pretty good price to continue with ace 6 off as the straddler, and we're going 4 ways to the flop. So far, everything's standard, right? We get a little bit of an anticlimactic flop. Shane does flop top pair, decides to check it out of position, the king 8 tray. So then we get the spiciest turn card, right? The 9 of diamonds. So now Shane checks it over to Josh, who's the pre-flop aggressor, just picks up the nut flush draw. Josh is going to lead for 50 into about 140. He gets called by Ted, who just got the dream turn card. So now Ted has the open ender. Ted has the flush draw. Ted has a straight flush draw. This is where things get a little interesting. Shane decides to go for the check raise here. He goes to 225. So now this pot's getting big, right? Josh with the nut flush draw just got check raised by a guy out of position trying to play a big pot. This is a really tough spot for Ted now. Ted, I think he's starting to get the feeling that his flush draw is probably no good. I think at this point, he's just hoping that he can peel a black 7, a black queen, and win the hand with his open ender. But he does make the call. He continues, and then Kirk, the cooler, living up to his name, puts the miracle river card out, the queen of diamonds, to give Ted the queen high straight flush. Josh makes the nut flush, and Shane makes top 2 pair. As you can see, there's already 800 in the middle. This pot has already ballooned out of control. Josh, gotta think he's good here with the ace deuce of diamonds. What a river card. Kirk the cooler, what a sick human. He just puts it right out there. So now Josh goes huge. I think Josh may be getting the feeling that some of the other players in the hand were on a flush draw as well, and he was right. Unfortunately, that was the worst card for him. He bets 850 into 815. He goes huge. He goes full pot and then some. So now back on Ted. Got a pretty easy decision with about 1,500 back. Ted gets it all in, and this puts Shane in a really weird spot with top 2 pair. At this point, it's pretty easy fold. You know that hand's no good. It goes in the muck, and Josh now says in the hand, he goes, wow, do you really have jack 10 of diamonds? But he can never fold. He makes the call. It ends up being a $4,000 pot at 2-5, no limit. Like we said, both players were extremely deep to start the hand. Man, just what a sick cooler. Shane had the king queen, had to go in the muck. Nut flush over straight flush. Kirk the cooler, just the sickest human on the planet. Living up to his name. That's going to do it, guys. As you can see, it's going to take him a while to break down those chips. He's going to ship Ted a 4K pot at 2-5 no limit, and about 2 hands later, the stream wrapped up. So that's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, my name is Dustin Shacklock. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe on all the platforms. We appreciate you, and we'll be back with more Hand of the Week.
Best Bet live stream. Watch us play.